No minority, no majority in Bangladesh. Everyone has equal rights, says Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Prime Minister invites German entrepreneurs to invest in Bangladesh. Government respectful to judiciary despite reservations about the 16th Amendment verdict. Law Minister at press briefing. MOU signed with Thailand to import 10 lakh metric tons of rice per year. BNP resorts to plotting failing to draw people in movement, comments Army League General Secretary Ubadul Qadir. North Korea to finalize missile plan near Guam in days. And ahead of Australian series, Tamim 11 led Mushfiq 11 by 119 runs in first day of three-day practice match in Chittagong. Assalamu alaikum, welcome to News at 10 on BTV, BTV World and BTV Chitter. I'm Tazrian Ruby Shonu and along with me I have
Shamim Khan, welcome you all. Those were the headlines. We now move on to the news and details. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina expressed her doubt as to whether those who deny the contributions of Bangabandhu to the liberation war believe there is independence. Yahya Khan declared Bangabandhu as the only enemy of Pakistan and put him in the dock for trial for declaring independence. Prime Minister made the remark while exchanging views with leaders of the Hindu community at Gonum this afternoon on the occasion of Janmashtami. She said when father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, declared country's independence on March 26 in 1971, the then Pakistani president not only arrested Bangabandhu but also blamed only Bangabandhu for it. Sheikh Hasina said Yahya Khan in his address on March 26 did not mention the name of any other leader except Bangabandhu. He put signature on the verdict of the execution of Bangabandhu through a farcical trial, she said. At the outset of the function, a minute's silence was observed as a mark of respect to the memories of father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and other martyrs of the August 15 carnage. She said that Bangladesh is a country of communal harmony, and father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, has gifted us such a country. Sheikh Hasina said it is the aim of a government that everyone would perform their religious rituals independently without interference of others. Earlier, the leaders of Janmashtami Udjapan Porishad Bangladesh Puja Udjapan Porishad and Mahanagar Puja Udjapan Porishad greeted the Prime Minister, representing her with bouquets and crests. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has invited more German investment in the proposed economic zones in Bangladesh, taking advantage of cheap labor and other liberal facilities provided by the government. The Prime Minister made the request when a member of the German Parliament, Dr. Hans-Peter Juhi, met her at her office today. Press Secretary to the Prime Minister Ehsan al-Karim briefed newsmen after the meeting. He said that the Prime Minister mentioned about economic cooperation and bilateral trade between the two countries, saying that a government has been setting up some 100 economic zones across the country to boost economic growth. Noting that the current Bangladesh-Germany relations is very strong, the German MP apprised the Prime Minister about the present state of MOU signed between the two countries on e-passport project on G2G basis. In this regard, the Prime Minister instructed all concerned for speedy implementation of the project.
Indian High Commissioner to Bangladesh Harshavardhan Shringla handed over a copy of The Marching with the Billion, a book written by Uday Mahakar, a senior editor with India Today magazine and a political analyst. In the book, Uday Mahakar, reviewing the midterm of Narendra Modi government, Press Secretary to the Prime Minister Ehsanul Karim said the Indian High Commissioner also handed over a letter of Narendra Modi to the Prime Minister. He said the envoy also presented a personalized copy to the Prime Minister. Marching with the Billion has focused on Modi government's 3 years in power, key areas of governance showcasing the work of the government. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has said private, public and cooperative sectors should work together to turn Bangladesh into a dignified nation through ensuring overall development. The Prime Minister said this when a delegation of Bangladesh Independent Power Producers Association, led by its President Muhammad Latif Khan of Summit Power, met her at her office to hand over checks of donations for 3 organizations. The donations were given for Prime Minister's Relief Fund, Prime Minister's Education Assistance Trust Fund and Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman Memorial Trust Fund. After the handing over of donation checks, Press Secretary to the Prime Minister Ehsanul Karim briefed the newsman. Sheikh Hasina put emphasis on increasing power generations as the demand of the energy is increasing day by day. She said her government for the first time allowed private sector to construct power plants and generate electricity in the country and withdraw import tax on generators. The businessmen expressed their gratitude to the Prime Minister for encouraging them in achieving successes in the country's private sector power generation. Meanwhile, a delegation of Bangladesh Insurance Association led by its president Sheikh Kabir Hussain handed over a check of donation for Father of the Nation Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman Memorial Trust to the Prime Minister at her office later. Speaker and CPA Executive Committee Chairperson Dr. Shin Sharmin Chaudhary has said the CPA is working to establish and expand parliamentary democracy across the globe. The Speaker said this during a meeting with Singaporean Parliament Deputy Speaker Lim Bio Chuan at Singapore Parliament today. In the meeting, they talked about the 63rd CPA conference to be held in Bangladesh, the activities of the CPA Singapore chapter and the bilateral issues. Dr. Shin Sharmin Chaudhary said the CPA is working to make aware the young generation about the democratic system of governance, politics and parliamentary democracy. She invited Singapore to send a delegation to the next CPA conference to be held in Bangladesh on November 1st till 8th.
Law Minister Anisul Haq has said that the government is scrutinizing scopes to overturn the Supreme Court verdict scraping parliamentary authority to impeach higher judiciary judges. While talking to journalists at a press conference at the Secretariat today, he also said that the government is aggrieved by this verdict and is certainly considering whether to file a plea to review the Apex Court judgment. Anisul Haq said the Apex Court verdict is unacceptable as it was not driven by logic, rather by emotion and antagonism. He told journalists that Honorable Chief Justice in his judgment said many irrelevant things which in no way have any relevance with the fact in issuing this case. The Law Minister said the Chief Justice made slanderous comments about the Jatiya Sangshad and belittled the institution. He said initiatives would also be taken to get expunged the Chief Justice's comments, which the government have found objectionable and irrelevant in its observation. Anisul Haq said Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's incumbent government drew an end to the culture of impunity and freed the country from anarchy through the 16th Amendment. Bangladesh has signed a Memorandum of Understanding MOU with Thailand to import highest 10 lakh metric tons of rice every year till 2021. Food Minister Kamrul Islam and visiting Thai Commerce Minister Abhiradhi Tantropan signed the MOU on behalf of the respective sides in Dhaka today. Commerce Minister Tofail Ahmed was present on the occasion. He said the MOU signed to meet the demand during any kind of natural disaster. Meanwhile, Bangladesh made proposal to Thailand seeking duty-free access of 36 goods in Thai market. The proposal has been submitted at a meeting of Joint Trade Commission of Bangladesh and Thailand held in Dhaka today. Tofail Ahmed told this to journalists while briefing them after the meeting. He said the two countries will work jointly to increase bilateral trade volume to $2 billion by 2021. State-owned mobile operator Teletalk Bangladesh Limited will provide all sorts of technological support to Bangladesh Chemical Industries Corporation BCIC to ensure transparency in fertilizer management. In this regard, a corporate memorandum of understanding MOU was signed between Teletalk and BCIC at the Industries Ministry in the capital today. BCIC Secretary Hasnat Ahmed Chaudhry and Teletalk Managing Director Qazi M. Ghulam Quddus signed the MOU on behalf of the respective sides, while Industries Minister Amir Hussain Amu and State Minister of Post and Telecommunications Tarana Halim were present. Under the MOU, Teletalk will provide all services including voice MSS, MMS and mobile tracking to BCIC at low price for expediting the fertilizer monitoring activities of the corporation.
Killers of 1971 and 1975 are jointly conspiring to overthrow a democratic government, commented Health Minister Mohammad Naseem. He made the observation while speaking at a discussion marking National Mourning Day organized by Shadhinota Chikishok Porishad at the auditorium of National Institute of Kidney Diseases and Urology today. Convener of the organization, Dr. Rafiqul Abedin, chaired the function, while BMA General Secretary Dr. Ehtisamul Chaudhry, Shadhinota Chikishok Porishad President Dr. M. Iqbal Arsenal, General Secretary Dr. M. Aziz, Army League Health and Population Affairs Secretary Dr. Rokia Sultana and Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal spoke, among others. Mohammad Naseem said persons who try to undermine Bangabandhu have been thrown into the dustbin of history. He urged all, including the physician community, to foil anti-state conspiracies. Army League General Secretary Obadul Qadir has said that BNP is now plotting after not getting people's support in its movement. Obadul Qadir said this while replying to the journalist after visiting mobile court activities at Kanchun Toll Plaza area in Rupganj of Naranganj this afternoon. Roads and Highways Division and BRTA high officials were also present. Obadul Qadir said the Election Commission is taking initiatives to hold a free and fair election with participation of all parties. He urged BNP to participate in the election, avoiding daydreaming. The minister said no cattle market will be allowed beside roads and highways before Eid al-Adha. The flying of heavy vehicles would be brought under control so that Eid homebound people can reach home comfortably, he added. A Dhaka court will deliver its verdict on August 20th in a case filed over an attempt to murder Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in Kotalipara, Gopalganj in 2000. Dhaka's second Speedy Trial Tribunal Judge Momtaz Begum set the date today after concluding hearing in the case. The court examined 68 witnesses out of the total 83. According to the case documents, army men recovered a 76 kg powerful bomb on July 22, 2000 from the premises of Sheikh Lutfur Rahman Government Ideal College as the podium was being made for Prime Minister's rally. Another powerful bomb was recovered in the area the very next day. Then Kotalipara Police Station Sub-Inspector Noor Hussain filed a case in this regard on that day.
Now, international news. North Korea says a plan that could see it fire 4 missiles near the US territory of Guam will be ready in a matter of days. State media said Hwasong 12 rockets would pass over Japan and land in the sea about 30 kilometers from Guam if the plan was approved by Kim Jong-un. It denounced Donald Trump's warnings of fire and fury and said the US leader was bereft of reason. The US has warned the North its actions could mean the end of its regime. Washington has expelled 2 Cuban diplomats after US embassy staff in Havana suffered mysterious physical symptoms. The US State Department said it was not immediately clear what had happened in Cuba. Reports suggest US diplomats could have suffered hearing loss related to the use of covert sonic devices. Cuba's foreign ministry called the expulsion of its staff unjustified, but said it was willing to cooperate with Washington to clarify what had happened.
Finance Minister A.M.A. Mohit has called for increasing holding tax in the 2 Dhaka city corporations to enhance revenue earning for ensuring civic facilities. The minister was speaking at a policy dialogue on improving fiscal transparency in Bangladesh organized by the Policy Research Institute PRI at a hotel in the capital today. A.M.A. Mohit said the existing holding tax was fixed in 1961 or 1962 and that is why new holding tax will have to be implemented in Dhaka city. He underscored the need for alleviating poverty to take the country to middle income status. Commerce Minister Tofail Ahmed has directed the Chittagong Port Authority to take necessary measures for quick delivery of basic commodities, especially onion, to meet the domestic demand. The minister made the directive in a meeting with the traders, importers, retailers and suppliers of basic commodities at his secretariat office today. Tofail Ahmed said basic commodities such as onion, salt, ginger and garlic are sufficient in stock and supply of those are normal. More onion would be imported from neighboring country upon necessity, he added. Health and Family Welfare Minister Muhammad Naseem has said the 500-seated Burn and Plastic Surgery Institute and Hospital after the name of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina will be inaugurated in September 2018. He said this to the newsmen after visiting the construction work of the institute in the city's Chankarpul area of Dhaka today. Chief of Army Staff General Abu Bilal Muhammad Shofiul Haq, National Burn and Plastic Surgery Unit Chief Coordinator Dr. Shimantulal Sen and Dhaka Medical College Hospital Director Brigadier General Mizanur Rahman were present. The Health Ministry expressed the hope that thousands of burn-injured patients will get advanced treatment from the institute and hospital. On 6 April 2016, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina inaugurated the construction work by laying the foundation stone of the institute. The institute will be a 12-storied structure with 2-storied basement.
Now news on sports. Mushfiq's red team are trailing by 119 runs against Tamim's green team at stumps of day 2 of 3-day warm-up match in the second innings in Chittagong. Mushfiq's team scored 24 runs for 1 at the end of the second day in the second innings. Earlier, Tamim's team started the second day's batting with overnight score of 49 runs for 1. Tamim declared the first innings on 283 runs for 9. Mominul Haq scored 73 runs while Nasir Hussain scored 62 for the green team. Mushfiq declared the first innings 140 runs for 9 wickets. Nagaon district won the championship title of the 4th National Women Youth Handball Tournament 2017 today. They beat Jamalpur district by 27 goals to 17 in the final match at the National Handball Stadium in the capital. Youth and Sports Secretary of Bangladesh Awami League, Muhammad Harun Rashid, distributed prizes among the winner and runner-up team. Officer of Patron Organization FM Iqbal bin Anwar and General Secretary of Bangladesh Handball Federation Asaduzzaman Kohinoor were also present on the occasion. A total of 12 teams took part in the tournament.